and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the family. Today we are having a color in chat while we continue the Jasmine Becket-Griffith page we've been coloring called A Candle in the Dark. It is from her book called A Fantasy Art Adventure, and we'll be using the 120 set of polychromos. In this color in chat, we are completing the skin on her face. This is where we left off on part 2. Okay, today we're going to try and complete this side of her face, keeping in mind there's the light source of the candle coming from kind of this angle. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, I'm just winging it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but hopefully she will work out and look good. Right. Let me just find it. Okay. Nice sharp pencils. Okay, now I'm going into the deepest, darkest shadow areas and laying that down. Oops. Very, very gently, softly, lightly. You want to get right up close to that line. Sorry. So I'm just getting reorganized. Okay. You want to get right to the line so you don't leave a gap between. So what have you guys been up to? Gosh, I have not been able to do much coloring at all. I've had a household of sicklies, including myself. Still not 100%. Thankfully not COVID, just, you know, the typical winter cold. And my boys have been sick as well, and we've had to do PCR tests. And yeah, like I say, thankfully not COVID, but my youngest, his test came back as inconclusive, so we had to do that again. And today he's finally back at school. So it's been a bit hectic looking after and trying to keep entertained and look after myself. So if I have been a bit absent, I apologize. Just have had my hands full, and looking after kiddios takes priority. Okay, so we're just trying to lay in some decent shadow. The shadow is coming from her hair coming across her face. If my voice is a bit croaky, I apologize. Just like I said, I'm not 100% yet. And now that the kids are back at school, I can look after myself again. Tomorrow, my youngest is going to be performing in his first school play. He's never done a performance before. I don't know how that's going to go since he has missed out on so much school being at home. But we're excited to see him on stage, no matter how he performs. Yeah, I think it's going to be quite cute to see all these little 7-year-olds performing. My youngest is still 6. He's not quite 7 yet. He'll be 7 next month. He's got the misfortune of having a birthday in January, just after Christmas. Okay, so I'm just laying down. I'm just deepening up the dark shadow areas. So I just need to reposition myself to get in here. And, you know, I rotate my pencil all the time to keep the point as sharp as possible. So I'll narrate as best as I can today, but because my voice is not at its best, and I apologize if there's any sniffing or anything like that, or heavy breathing even. It's just I'm out of breath. Yeah, so I might just I will have to lay music in as well. Now this section is not going to be as dark as this section because the light is coming straight into here. However, you still need a shadow for where the hair falls over the face. We now finally know that we're going to be spending Christmas with my sister in Middlesbrough. I'm so excited. It's going to be our first Christmas together in the UK, and I don't think I've celebrated Christmas with my sister since we were teenagers, if I think about it. I don't think she's been around for a Christmas since moving here, or even early 20s, very, very early 20s. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be quite fun. So we'll be leaving London on the 23rd, and we'll go spend a week with my sister. My hubby's managed to get time off work, which is awesome. A real treat. It is also the first time he's able to join us when we go to my sister. So that's really exciting. He hasn't been with us to Middlesbrough. Every time we've gone to visit my sister, my hubby's had to work. My hubby's name is Bruce. So if I talk about Bruce, that's who I'm talking about. So very excited about that. And it also means that we have not put up any Christmas trees or anything like that because we're not going to be here. Yeah, we're gonna go, and my sister goes all out for any holiday, she's all about the magic for the children. So I'm very, very excited for the kids to be spending Christmas with their auntie, who is going to make it really, really awesome and magical for them. She'll have all sorts of decorations up and things planned for them. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay, I don't want this section. Well, I suppose it would have to be quite dark because there's no light coming from the top. So you can actually go quite dark here now that I'm thinking about it. And because you've laid down those lighter fleshy tones underneath, it will come through. So it won't just be a dark brown, you know. And yeah, it's freezing here in the UK at the moment. All these rains and winds, and the one Storm Arwen just ended, and now the next storm is hitting. I think this one's called Storm Barra, or Barra, I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, it's just crazy times with climate. Today is pouring with rain outside. Yeah, so if the lighting's a bit dark, I apologize. I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And my normal lamp that I use seems to have stopped working. It doesn't want to switch on. So I'll have Bruce look at that later today and see if he can fix that for me. I think just the wires probably come loose on the inside. Okay, so I'm trying to drag the shadow across quite a bit, but not too much. But I want it to be an obvious shadow in comparison to the rest. From where the hair falls over. Okay, and then here, just where the hair is, needs to be quite dark. Okay. Then we're going to come here to the side of her face, and this is going to be in shadow because of the hair falling over her eye area here, and because of these very luscious eyelashes. So yeah, it won't be all the way, it's just where the eyelashes, because this section here will be in highlight, will be glowing from the candle. I just want this section to be dark where the eyelashes are. We never go hard, never use hard pressure. We just gently layer up, especially with oil pencils, these being polychromos. You just layer them up slowly, slowly until they're at the pigment that you desire. Make sure you get in those nooks and crannies so that there is no gap between the line and the color, otherwise it looks funny. Okay, and over here, just where the eyelashes are hitting, because the shadow is because of the eyelashes, not because of the structure of her face. Okay. We will blend this out now with the other colors. Okay. Then here's obviously very dark where the crease is. I'm going to lay that in quite obviously. The eyelashes. Just give the illusion of the eyelashes casting a shadow. Okay. You want it quite dark in the crease here. Just in the crease. Right, and another area that will be quite dark is this section where her eyelashes lie again. But I do want a bit of glow happening at the top here. So we will add that in, okay, in this section. So here will be a bit darker as well, just gently. And then where the eyeliner is. Right, her eyes already got a better shape to it. Now her nose, we do need to add in subtle shadow to give structure, you see. But don't go too hectically. All right. course, this is now the tricky section where this nose doesn't want to blend in so nicely. Okay, so now I'm going to fiddle with her nose until it's got, remember how we battled before? Well, we're doing that whole battle again. Sorry, something keeps flashing here and I don't know what it is. Okay, so we're just going to slowly build that color up and the shape. And I actually don't want too much shadow here because on her nose area, because it's going to be reflecting off the light of the candle. Okay, and her little nostrils, and there will be some shadow down here. This side of a curl in the lip will be darker than that side, so this can go quite dark. And the nose won't be casting too much of a shadow underneath because of where the light is coming from. I want this darker. Shadow. So the shadow of the nose will be more this way. So I do want to enhance that a bit. Sorry, I know we're supposed to have done that side already. But as you build it up, you're going to add more detailing in so that it has the effect you need. And the shadow will be more up than actually down because of where the light is coming from. Alright, we'll leave it like that for now, that side. Okay, down here, just her little chin, and under her lip here. Okay, and here, just to see, this here will get quite dark because of so this here will be quite dark because the little button section is casting a shadow that way. This here needs to be much darker as well. Right, and here needs to be darker as well. And this is what you just do. You keep laying down color and fiddling until it looks right, you know. So since this is almost my darkest color, I'm going to move on. Okay, this shadow here needs to be just a little bit more. And you just keep tweaking until it looks the way you want it to look, you know. You might think, oh no, it's too much now from my, you know, for your liking. I like a lot of color in my skin, if you haven't noticed from my previous tutorials. So yeah. Okay, I'm not doing too much here. because although it is a shadowed area as such, it's going to just have the shadowing for contouring, but not for actually casting shadow as such, you know. Okay, I'm going to go to the Van Dyke brown now, and now I'm going to work from that shadow area further into her face and blending it out. All right, so we can start this section here, and we're just blending it out into the lighter colors, and not too far in, because so we just want to tone the darkness down, and we don't want to go too far in because we've got the glow of that candle happening. Okay. Oh, and I'm just so grateful we've got our car, and I can't tell you what a difference it makes to travel by car in the cold, and the rain in particular. And you can just get in and go, and yeah, there's a little bit of prep required as far as removing the ice, or you know, demisting windows and that kind of thing, but you're not standing out in the physical rain at a bus stop. So from that point of view, I'm just so very grateful to finally have a car that works. And she's so cute. She's tiny little Renault Clio, and she's adorable and drives so nicely. I love her. Yeah, I'm really, really grateful to have her. She's pretty cool and so cute with a little sunroof and all. So when the sun is shining, it shines in. It also helps with the demisting. Yeah, it's pretty awesome to finally have a car and be able to get around easily, and the kids don't have to wait for buses, and yeah, it's awesome. So you just want to remove the dust and smooth out what we have laid down. All right, we're going to come here now where these shadows are and just blend them out nicely. Smooth it out. Oopsie, I'm not doing a very good job with the light hand here. I've left a few lines. It's fine, they will blend out. Oh, I'm listening to some Led Zeppelin. I'm actually listening to some 70s rock music because I love 70s rock music. It's your whole Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, Heart, you know, those good bands. Yeah, right up my avenue. Love it. Gives me butterflies in my tummy. Takes me back to when I was young and I was working. I was a floor manager at a restaurant, very big restaurant, and the restaurant had a theatre on site called the Barnyard Theatre, and I made friends with all those wonderful, super talented musicians. Oh, time of my life, I tell you. Yeah, young, brave, crazy. Hey, it was good times, good fun. Yeah, it was great. Okay, I'm going to start laying in this very gently this sort of shadow here, and it's not a shadow, it's more the definition of her little cheekbone. So it's just going to be slightly darker than her actual cheek because it lies under her cheek. Okay. Oh, those were the days. Crazy, fun. Very little sleep needed, although I've always been someone who needs a lot of sleep. Yeah, we can talk about that another time. But yeah, we used to have most amazing time, and I got educated in music that I didn't even know existed, because our family loved music, but you know, you kind of get exposed to what your parents like, and if they don't like a certain genre, you don't really get exposed to it, you know. Whereas this, then it was there that I was like introduced to the 70s rock music and other rock music as well. It was just, oh, I loved it. Love music. It does, it ignites all sorts of emotions in me, and gets me super excited. And I used to love to dance. I'm too fat now. The honest truth. I look ridiculous when I dance now. Yeah, I used to love dancing, and I used to dance the night away. Watching the performers perform their shows at the Barnyard Theatre was great. Those are the days. There was also a young band I used to, also from the Barnyard Theatre, musicians, but they started their own young band called Voodoo Child, and I used to go and watch them perform a lot as well. I much prefer live music to clubbing, or you know, house music, you know, raves, that kind of thing. I don't think I've ever been to a rave in my life. I just much preferred going to watch live performances. Okay, I just want to take this horrible dust that builds up, take that off and smooth out. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. Okay, we're now moving on to I'm trying to decide where I want to go with this. Okay, I'm going to go with the Caput Mortem. Oh, I really do hope you can see properly in the lighting. Let's continue. Caput Mortem, one of my favorite colors. Sorry, that's my brush. I'm not used to the house being so quiet. I've had little kiddios in the house all week. It's very strange to hear it so quiet. Okay, we're just warming up those shadowed areas, giving it a bit more of a fleshy tone to it. You know, she's not a corpse. So a little bit of red, that red tone makes it look like there's blood flowing, you know. Just a little bit more warm. It just tones it all down, but keeps it in the shadow. So this shadow is a lot further in than that one. This here, it will be quite dark. I may need to even make this shadow section a little bit more even, bring it in even more to be effective. So if you leave a line, you just soften that line up with your little circles. You go over it with circles and it kind of just blends that line out and it doesn't look so harsh anymore. It helps with not using hard pressure, because then the line would be a lot more difficult to get rid of, possibly even impossible to get rid of. So, you know, just be cautious with your pressure that you do use. Okay, over here we want to start introducing a bit of a glow. I know we did. Okay, here we go. Here comes a train. Okay. Oh, it's so miserable out there. The weather is too terrible. It's dark, dark, dark outside. So I feel like I'm recording in night light and not daylight. I do hope you can see what I'm doing with the poor lighting. It's not like I can re-record this, hey. What is done is done. Oh, my TV crackling. Right, we're working this area into the nose. Oh, I've really damaged the paper in that section when I erased. It just doesn't want to take those layers smoothly. Alright, and over here. Okay, we're now shaping the eye, building that cheek up. Warm this section up that is in shadow here. Down here. Okay, we want this all, it's not shadow as such, I mean, it's just darker because of the face structure. Alright, now this nose gets tricky because I've got to really think about where the lighting needs to go. Can start shaping her little button on top. Okay, that side will be darker than this. Okay, her little lip thingy. Same with her chin. can start bringing it in. Working it just gently because it's going to fade out with the glow of the candle. Right, we're done with Caput Mortem. We're going to now do burnt sienna. Right, now we don't go into the deepest, darkest areas because this now actually is more your fleshy tone. It's actually like your main color. So you're going to blend that shadow into her face. Here you can incorporate it slightly into the shadow because the shadow will have a bit of a glow in it because of the candle. So here you can incorporate it, but here you need the darkness. And we work it gently, layering it up gently, gently. Otherwise the paper gets damaged, and this is what happens when the paper gets damaged. For some reason this paper's not working for me today, and I know I've said it's my favorite paper to work on, but I have a feeling that the moist air is affecting its ability to do its job properly. And because this has got a like a yellowy brownish, not brownish, like orangey hue to it, it works very perfectly with the glow of the candle to be able to incorporate it into your shadow areas. So if I'm doing somebody with a nice tan, or I want to work a natural tan into their skin tone, this is the color I use when I use Polychromos. Trying to think what the color is that I would use from Prisma. It would be like a I suppose it would be my sienna brown. So now that we've all seen what, I don't know if you have or haven't, but I've watched quite a few videos on the swatching of the Dragon set of pencils from the Black Widows. And I'm not sure that you actually need them. In two minds about whether to even lay that money out and redo the swatch chart and all of that. Those colors just, I don't know if they're necessary. I mean, they're nice to have. It's nice to have 180 colors to work with. But I don't think they're necessary. And I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. But they don't seem to be like a must-have on my list of desires right now. I'm hoping this section will sort itself out when, you know, it comes to the burnishing and the final, and the final, you know, blend out of the colors. I'm hoping. Okay, I want this quite prominently here, to start already giving that glow effect. Now, it doesn't mean because I've moved my fingers further up the pencil that I'm laying down heavier pressure. I'm just being more precise with where I'm laying the color down. Okay, here we can do quite a lot of lay down. Start blending. Here, bring it in. All right. It's going to have a little bit of a glow there. This section here, you can now already start blending out. This section here as well. This section won't be as it won't be as bright as this side. Oh, who loves Meatloaf? Listening to some Meatloaf here. Love him. His music is poetry, dramatic theatrical poetry, in my opinion. All right, I am going to, this section is, I'm not happy with this section, so I'm going to work it a bit with the kaput mortem. I'm going to go back to that. And her little forehead here needs a bit of attention. You know, the section between the brow and the nose. I just want to, yeah, just work it a bit. Don't want her to have a little mask, but I do want it to be kind of obvious that it's a little more sunken in than the rest of her forehead. The nose kind of has a thing, just subtly. I apologize for not talking too much. My throat actually hurts today. It hurts a fair amount. It's almost like now that the kids are at school, I can actually feel how I'm feeling. And it's not great. Alright, under her eyebrow is always a bit of a shadow. Okay, I want to smooth this out a bit more. So it's not like a line. Okay, I want to work this, build the shadow up. Alright. Okay, I think we can start moving into the highlight areas now. And take my cinnamon. So yeah, are any of you in those areas of England or the UK, I should say, where there's heavy snows and where you've been badly affected by the storms. Oh, I've heard that there are, I heard on the news that there are homes sitting without water and hot water and electricity. Can you imagine in this freezing cold weather? No. I really hope they manage to get that sorted. I don't know why it would be left for so long without being fixed. It's bizarre. Okay, and the cinnamon now kind of tones that yellowish color from the burnt sienna down. Out. Is it burnt sienna? Yeah, burnt sienna. And blends so perfectly with the it blends so perfectly with the kaput mortem. It's like they were made for each other. Such a versatile color, this one as well. It kind of just blends perfectly and ever so subtly with what you've already laid down. Doesn't have a prominent color of its own. When you lay it down with other colors, you know, it doesn't, just blends in so beautifully and so naturally, and enhances what you've already laid down without taking away from what you have already laid down. I don't know if I'm making any sense. All right, that's that. I'm going to lay down beige flesh. Oh, beige flesh, listen to me. Light flesh or beige red, whichever version you've got. Just in the center section here where the highlight is, before I go and lay down my glowing candle colors. Still leave your highlight, because we are going to blend that out now with the ivory. Yeah, we'll blend it out with the ivory. Trying to see what colors I've pulled out. Try to stick to what we used on this side. Excuse me. Okay, and her little chin can now pretty much be covered. We are laying this down very gently because it is just as a base coat. Because when we bring our glowing colors in, I don't want it to be like, I don't know, like bright yellow on her face. I just want it to have an effect, you know, like make it be a special effect, as opposed to, you know, this bright yellow on her face. I want it to be stark. So it helps if you've got a layer down already. It just blends more easily when you come in with another color. All right, that's beige red. Now I'm going to come with ivory. And keep our highlight here. I want a fair amount down so that we don't lose our highlight. Particularly on her forehead and particularly on her nose here. Right, out, and we're going to do it on her chin and her little bits here, and then her cheeks. So pretty much how you would color skin, and then we are already yeah, you're going to color it like you would normally, and then we are going to, okay, I just want to make sure that her little nose stays highlighted. Okay, now we're going to start adding in a bit of our, you know, our glow from the candle. What I do want to quickly add is a little bit of blush. So we're using Rose Carmine for that. Bring her blush in. Just gently, gently work it in. Don't want her to look like Nancy from Sex Pistols. Just for her to have a natural blush. Make sure she's got a blush that's visible. It's going to get toned down when we add in those glowing colors. So make sure there's enough of it down for it to still be seen without taking away the highlight. All right. If we need to add more after, we will. I'm going to go in with terracotta now. Sorry, I was confused. I thought I was using terracotta earlier. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't using... Oh dear. I don't know now. Okay. So I'm going to start working in my glow. I don't know if I was using burnt sienna earlier or if it was the terracotta I was using. Oops. Oh well. Alright, so just gently. I don't want too much laid down because this can get very orange. I don't want it to be orange. Here can have quite a bit of a glow in the shadow area. So this is more for the glow in the shadowed areas. To warm it up. Where the light has been, where the light hits. Okay, so you're going to warm the shadow up on this side, and this side is going to stay cooler in that dark shadow. Whereas the light is getting right in here. Okay, even this section here can be warmed up quite nicely. But not this section, because this section won't have the light hitting it at all. Okay, So this here would just be where the light does start hitting, but not in the shadow. Okay. This section here of the brow. Over here where the section is in shadow. You can start incorporating it here into her chin. I am literally just winging it, guys. I need to sharpen. Okay. When it's sharper, it gets into the grit and the tooth of the paper. Okay, so I'm just literally going where the shadow, the darker shadowed areas are, to warm them up with this color. Okay, that's going to be shadow. Like this section here, just ever so slightly to create the effect of it being, of the glow coming in. Starting to hit on these shadowed areas. Excuse me. And here. I hope what I'm wanting to achieve, I will. Right, I think that's enough of the terracotta. We're then going to come in with our dark chrome yellow. Right, so this section will have more of a glow, and this section here has a glow. Oops, I've pushed too hard. You can actually see the indentation on the paper. Breaking my own rules, am I? Okay. And here, I'll start working that yellow in. I don't want it to be yellow as such, okay? Don't want it to look like she's got jaundice. So we build it up slowly. Okay, we're kind of blending it out now. Yeah. Go on to ivory. And blend out. I think that's enough of a glow. And just reinforcing that highlight area. Tone the yellow down a bit. Okay, and here. I want to make her nose whiter. So I am grabbing my white Prisma. I'm just going on the tip of her nose. So that it is whiter. I'm not pushing hard. Just enough pressure for it to be visible. Okay. Her chin, I want to have a bit of a white section. And her cheek here. Just blending. I'm hoping it will smooth this out here. And here. And just a little bit on her nose here. Right. I'm going to keep that handy. What I want to do now is go back in and work those shadow areas. So I'm going to come in with my black. Whoops. Oh, I don't have black here. Okay, no, or maybe not black. We'll go with dark sepia. And now we're really laying those shadows in to be very prominent and obvious, but gently. And it will get less. So it's a lot down here, and it gets less here, because here the hair is further away from the face, casting a larger shadow because it's further away. And this is a smaller shadow because it is almost on her face. So there's little distance between the hair and her skin. I like to get right up in there. That's better. So when you lay that shadow in now, see how it creates distance between the hair and the flesh. thank you so much for joining me today. I'm wishing you a wonderful, warm, colourful day. Till next time. Bye.